The door clicks shut behind you, and the sound is just swallowed by the silence of your apartment. Today was, without a doubt, the most humiliating day of your professional life. You spent weeks on a presentation, delivered it to a room of stone-faced executives, and it ended not with applause, but with a question so sharp it felt like a personal attack. You can still feel the heat in your cheeks, the frantic thumping in your chest. You walk into the living room, and there they are. You brace yourself for what usually comes next. The well-meaning but agonizing advice, the play-by-play of what you did wrong, the you should have, sentences that will only make it worse. You open your mouth to start the story, expecting to be cut off, but instead, they just listen. They don't offer solutions. They don't analyze. Their eyes don't glaze over. They just hold that space for you, their presence a quiet anchor in your storm. The safety in that silence is so profound, so absolute, that a story you've buried for 20 years begins to surface, a silly childhood fear you've never told a single soul. And as the words tumble out, you realize this feeling, right here, is what it's all about. Have you ever wondered how you really know? In a world of grand romantic gestures and picture-perfect social media posts, it's easy to get fooled into thinking that being meant to be is about fireworks and fairy tales. But real, lasting love isn't loud. It's quiet. It's the feeling of your entire nervous system calming down just because they walked into the room. That moment, sharing a secret I didn't even know I was ready to tell, wasn't just a nice experience. It was a sign. What science, from psychology to neurobiology, tells us is that the deepest connections aren't built on shared hobbies, but on a foundation of profound emotional safety. It's about how the relationship feels on the inside, especially when life gets hard. So, if you're wondering if your partner is the real deal, I'm going to share the 5 crucial psychology-backed signs that you both are truly meant to be. And the first one is the foundation for all the rest. This is the bedrock. Emotional safety is the feeling that you can be your complete, unfiltered, messy self without fear of being judged, rejected, or punished for it. It means you can be vulnerable, truly vulnerable, and know that your deepest fears and insecurities will be held with care, not used as ammunition against you down the road. Think back to my story. The reason I could share a decades-old fear wasn't because my partner is a world-class therapist. It's because their quiet listening sent a powerful signal to my brain. You are safe here. Your feelings are valid. You are not too much. When you have this, you can cry about a terrible day at work, admit you feel like a failure, or confess a deep insecurity, and your partner meets you with empathy, not a lecture. They don't try to fix you, they just sit with you in the feeling. Psychologically, this changes everything. Our brains are constantly scanning our environment for cues of danger or safety, a process our brains are doing all the time called neuroception. With a partner who is defensive or critical, our nervous system stays in a low-grade state of fight or flight. But with someone who provides emotional safety, our body literally calms down. Our stress hormone, cortisol, decreases. The relationship becomes a place of rest and recovery, not another source of stress. You know you have this when you can sit in comfortable silence together, when you can be imperfect without being punished, and when you find yourself sharing parts of you that you've always kept hidden. It's the feeling of being able to finally, fully exhale. Attachment theory, which started back in the 1950s with John Bowlby's studies of children and caregivers, is one of the most powerful ways to understand adult relationships. Your attachment style is basically your blueprint for how you connect with others. A secure attachment means you're comfortable with both intimacy and independence. You believe you're worthy of love, and you trust others to be there for you. In a relationship, this looks like a lack of drama. When one person needs space, the other doesn't panic because there's an underlying trust that the connection is solid. You don't play guessing games about where you stand. There's a fundamental reliability. They do what they say they'll do, and you can count on them. Now, most of us don't enter relationships as perfectly secure people. Many of us have anxious patterns, a fear of abandonment, or avoidant patterns, a fear of intimacy. But here's the beautiful part. A key sign you're meant to be is when the relationship itself becomes a place of healing. Modern research now integrates neuroscience and genetics, showing how these attachment patterns can genuinely be modified in adulthood. While a secure partner's consistency can absolutely help calm an anxious partner's nervous system, we now know the healing process is complex. For instance, research suggests that someone with an avoidant style might benefit most from things like carefully structured group experiences designed to rebuild emotional attunement, not just reassurance from a partner alone. It's also not just about attachment style. Personality traits matter too. Recent studies show that traits like neuroticism can influence and reinforce attachment patterns, affecting overall relationship satisfaction. This is all to say, it's not about being perfect from the start. It's about being with someone where you both grow into more secure versions of yourselves, together. And the stakes are high. Insecure attachment styles have even been linked to increased chronic pain and other negative health outcomes. This sounds complicated, but you've already felt it. Co-regulation is what happens, often without you even thinking about it, when two nervous systems sync up to create emotional balance. It's when your partner's calm presence literally calms you down, or your soothing voice helps de-escalate their anxiety. It's the human version of a weighted blanket. When you first fall in love, all that uncertainty and intensity can actually raise stress hormones. But in a truly compatible, long-term partnership, something amazing happens. Being with your partner starts to decrease your stress hormones. Their presence becomes a source of calm, not chaos. Some people mistake this shift from fireworks to a warm glow for boredom. But what psychologists see is the sign of a truly deep and lasting connection. You know this is happening when a simple hug after a long day just melts your tension away. It's when, in a moment of panic, just hearing their voice on the phone makes you feel grounded again. You instinctively know what the other person needs, not because you're a mind reader, but because you're so attuned to each other. You become each other's safe harbor. You don't just love each other. You actively soothe each other's nervous systems, building a feedback loop of safety that makes the whole relationship stronger. If you've ever found this in someone, you know just how priceless it is. Every single couple has conflict. The difference between a couple that thrives and one that falls apart isn't the absence of disagreement, it's how they handle it. In a truly compatible partnership, conflict feels like you and your partner are on the same team, standing side by side to face a problem, not squaring off like opponents in a battle. This shows up in a few key ways. First, you focus on the behavior, not the person. Instead of, "You're so lazy," you can say, "When the dishes are left in the sink, it makes me feel overwhelmed." This simple switch avoids blame and invites teamwork. Second, you both take responsibility for your part, even if it's small. The goal isn't to prove who's right, but to understand each other and move forward. You listen to understand, not just to plan your rebuttal. Most importantly, you repair things quickly. All couples create little tears in their connection during a fight. The strongest couples are masters of repair. They apologize sincerely. They offer an olive branch with a bit of humor or a gentle touch. They don't let resentment build or give each other the silent treatment, which is incredibly threatening to a relationship's safety. In fact, research shows that the ability to repair after a conflict is one of the biggest predictors of long-term success. When you can argue, feel heard, solve the problem, and reconnect, You're building a deeper level of trust and proving, again and again, that your bond is stronger than any single fight. This last sign is maybe the most beautiful outcome of all the others. In a truly compatible relationship, you don't lose yourself, you become more yourself. The emotional safety, secure attachment, and healthy conflict resolution all create an environment where you both can grow into the best versions of yourselves. This isn't about your partner completing you or changing you. It's the opposite. Their acceptance is so total that it gives you the courage to chase your dreams, heal old wounds, and step into your full potential. You might find you're more patient, more generous, or more confident simply by being loved by them. They're your biggest cheerleader, celebrating your wins without a hint of jealousy and supporting your goals without hesitation. Psychologists have a name for this: the broaden and build effect. The security of the relationship gives you a secure base to explore the world, take risks, and grow from. You find that your partner's belief in you strengthens your belief in yourself. You aren't afraid to try and fail, because you know their love isn't riding on your success. You challenge each other to be better, not from a place of criticism, but from a deep, steady belief in each other's goodness. When you look at the person you've become since you met them, and you genuinely like that person more, it's a profound sign that you're with someone who is a catalyst for you becoming who you were always meant to be. So, what does it mean to be meant to be? It's not about finding a perfect person or having a flawless relationship. It's about finding that rare connection where you feel deeply and fundamentally safe. It's having a secure base to return to, a partner who can calm your nervous system just by being there, and a teammate who stands with you against any problem. It's a relationship that doesn't just feel good when things are easy, but one that gives you the security to grow through the hard times. It's that quiet, unshakable feeling that, with this person, you are finally home. True love isn't something you find, it's something you build, one safe moment at a time. What do you think? Is there a sign on this list that really hits home for you in your own relationship? Share your story in the comments below, I'd love to hear it. And if this was helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more insights into building stronger, healthier relationships. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss what's next. Thanks for watching.